If your Meg-ohm probe housing is leaking, this is how you replace it. First, turn off the delivery button, and that will allow the pressure to stop, the water to stop flowing. You'll need to let the pressure out by relieving the pressure from either the sample port and catch it in a bucket, or from the dispense tap and catch it in a bucket. This is the probe housing that's been leaking. You can remove the probe by unscrewing this with your fingers, finger tight, and lifting it out. Try to keep this clean. You don't want to let it drop on the floor. Then you can release this by pressing up on the collar and pulling down on the tube. That releases that tube. And you'll also want to release these screws, all 4 of them, just by turning them loose just enough so that this bracket will lift up and off of the wall. Now you can twist this loose, and it should be hand tight. This black nipple should stay in place. If it does not stay in place, you may need to hold it in place with a pair of pliers, because you'll want it to come apart between the nipple and the housing. The threaded tape, or the plumber's tape, goes on clockwise. So if you put that around clockwise, about 3 wraps is all you'll need. Take the new probe housing and fit it over, and just turn it around until you feel it grab the threads. Continue to turn it, not completely tight, just maybe 3 turns is all you'll need. Then you can lock that back down on, and plug your tube back in, and put your probe, put the wires over the probe housing, and then this hole right here, point that towards...
Let's get a picture of that hole.
Yeah, point that towards the flow of the T, and then let it down. Now, right now, about this much down, you'll kind of feel it hit this joint. Go ahead and manipulate it until it drops down into the joint. The seal is actually made by this rubber O-ring right here. So that's the seal. You don't need any thread tape, because all you're doing is compressing the O-ring finger tight, and everything should look like it did before you started. Now you can go ahead and close all your valves, make sure they're all closed, and then turn on the delivery. And the water will start flowing. Watch for any leaks here, here, or here. And if you don't have any leaks, everything's good. If you do have a leak between here, you will need to turn it 1 more turn. We don't want you to turn it on too many times, because that pressure is what caused the crack in the first place, and so we don't need it to be cranked on too tight. Thank you.